Dear mama. Hey gang and friends of humanity, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I want to show off the X-cutioner from the good old Xmen 97. Can't wait for the next season already. Yeah, and I had to grab this figure. One, it's just cool looking. And two, it was quite hard to find. It was pretty hard to find in my area. I don't know how it is in your parts of the town. Hopefully it wasn't as difficult. But as soon as I found him, I grabbed him. Yeah, it's just really cool. And I predicted this guy would be really hard to find around my area. Like, in my area, it's weird because it's like, yeah, there's like few areas to buy figures. I mean, there's Target and Walmart, but they're all by like comic book stores. So that means, you know, within a certain radius, everyone's trying to grab the same stuff. So I've noticed that. I'm in a small town, and that tends to happen. You have to kind of travel out of town to find anything like this, you know, in your certain demographic where there's less interest. And that's kind of like what happened here. I went to some random GameStop and they actually had it in stock, so I got lucky. Anyway, so Xmen 97, really good show. X-cutioner, Friends of Humanity, the fuh. And yeah, I was really jazzed to find him because I think even though he's kind of a generic looking figure, he's cool at the same time. It's a nice mix of both, you know, something a 13-year-old me would have sketched out and called something. They actually made something out of it. And that's, in essence, what the 90s was, and I think that's why it worked so well for a lot of kids, you know, buying comics and getting into the Image comics and stuff. It's just literally what 13-year-olds were thinking about leaping off the page. So they really captured lightning back in the 1990s, in my opinion, especially in the era of the X. If you notice, it was like X-cutioner, X-Men everywhere, Extreme Studios, and all that stuff. Everything was X. So they captured lightning in a bottle. Anyway, so on with the X-cutioner, or X-cutioner. I want to open him up and show you what he looks like. All right, here we go. X-cutioner outside the box, aka Carl Denti. I believe first appearance X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Annual 17. So yeah, he's anti-mutant, and he is armed to the teeth with anti-mutant weapons. So you got this steampunk looking gas gun that does anti-mutant stuff. Then you got his, I guess the arm implant where, you know, this just goes in there, and this shoots the anti-mutant, kind of cures mutants of their powers, so it takes away the powers. And you get some cool looking spears that attach to his back. So yeah, I love this costume. Again, it's simple but cool at the same time. Very 90s. With the trench coat and the pouches, little cybernetics, which is just like a cybernetic suit to shield him from certain powers. I have seen some people like upgrade this to cloth goods, which looks really cool, but the plastic doesn't look too bad. Let's see, let's check out his articulation. So his head, it's very simple, it's just a dome. It's reminiscent of like kind of the, what is that, Samurai Jack days. It's just like ominous solid black and very simple shapes, but it has a lot of movement. It looks like a thumb head. Looks like a thumb, right? So can't look up very far, but the movement is pretty good regardless of that. Really sells that kind of X-cutioner look. That's probably why they called him X-cutioner. Yeah, I really like that simple, straightforward, menacing look. Let's look at the arm articulation. Yeah, it has all the normal rotations and whatnot. It's just hindered by this, by the clothing. Let's see, it is on the new body, so there's no pins. But also looks like a new sculpt at the same time. So new arms, new sculpt on the body, but no pins, which is cool. Let's see. There's a hinge right here. It's not a ball joint, but it does go all the way around. Same with this. Got double hinge right there. And then just like a side-to-side rocker on there. Legs do come up pretty good through that trench coat, but since the trench coat is pretty dense, can't really kick back too far. Kind of right there. You can force it, I guess. There you go. Let's see, little thigh cut there. Can twist that around. Got 2 hinges on the knee right there. And got a rocker on the foot and a hinge. Boom. So yeah, relatively good movement, even though he's kind of a chunky figure. You can get him to some pretty good dramatic poses. And I love that everything kind of is hidden. You know, you can't see the pins, so that's cool. There's no pins on the legs. So it really sells it as one solid piece, but with articulation. Oh, oh yeah, there's like a little bit of a ball joint on the waist. So yeah, but it really sells that I'm like one solid piece of plastic, but it can move look to it. And I dig that. So I was trying to think about what this rifle reminded me of, and I just figured it out as I was editing. So this looks like a Fallout gas gun, like one of the Fallout guns that you can build in the wasteland. And I actually really dig this. I mean, I'm not a super what do they call it, steampunk guy, but as far as steampunk looking designs go, this is pretty cool. This does come off like that, so that it gives it a nice, you know, it gives it a different look. But I kind of do like the glass silencer or condenser on it. Gives it a nice, even more steampunk look to it. Not too happy with the, you know, the get rid of mutants gun here. It fits all the way through the arm, but it's very loose. It can just fall off. Like, they could have made it a tiny bit tighter. But having said that, I do like that you don't have to remove a hand to put it in, you know, so that's what it looks like right there. There's only one peg back here, so you can only put one weapon at a time back there. I thought you could do multiple. That's kind of a shame. And this also plugs into the back like this. Remove that. Plug this into the back. Like that. See what I'm talking about? That just slips off. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, only one hand can hold the sticks, which is also a shame. There's no extra hands, so it's just these. The mutant go away blaster, and then the Fallout blaster. That's all you get. All right, thanks guys for joining me on this quick little review on Carl Denti, the X-cutioner, the friend of humanity. I do love this detail, if I didn't mention it. I love that 90s shoulder pad and the pouches. Yeah, it's very much of its time, that time traveled to us with better articulation and toy making. I love it, I really do. I know, do I love everything? No, I've done reviews of where I didn't love it. Do I love it more than I could? No, it's solid, it's decent, and you need more baddies for the X-Men to fight. He's a good one. He's a good baddie. Some down marks? I don't know. Like some things that I don't like about it is, yeah, only one peg in the back for these sticks. And yeah, the sticks are, you get these gigantic pokey things coming out of it. And on the gas gun, you got a gigantic stick right there. So it kind of doesn't sell the illusion to me, but I don't want to get used to buying mezcos, you know. I got to remember, this is a quarter of the price of a mezco, and that's what you would get. But there's things, you know, for that kind of money. Not saying that 25 bucks is cheap. It's like, there's things I don't feel bad upgrading it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, maybe I'll put a magnet on that and I'll just magnetize to it. Little things like that, I can mod it. Like, I could put a little bit more stuffing in this so it sits in the arm snugger, you know, like that. Just little things like that. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this quick little review on the X-cutioner. Again, I'm not rating things, but is it a buy? Don't buy? I'm a meh on it. I think it is a buy if you want more characters in the rogue gallery of X-Men, especially if you're buying the whole line, if you're a completist. But you know, it's one of those. I bought it because it looked cool. Did I really need it? I don't know. But I'm glad I have it. So having said that, thanks again for joining me for this quick review. You guys stay otakutive. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.